was born. I am, you see, I am the creator, and this is my house. And in my house, there is only house music. But I am not so selfish, because once you enter my house, it then becomes our house and our house music. And you see, no one man owns house, because house music is a universal language spoken and understood by all. You see, house is a feeling that no one can understand really unless you're deep into the vibe of house. House is an uncontrollable desire to jack your wire. And as I told you before, this is our house and our house music. And every house, you understand, there is a keeper. And in this house, the keeper is Jack. Now, some of you might wonder, who is Jack and what is it that Jack does? Jack is the one who gives you the power to jack your body. Jack is the one who gives you the power to do the snake. Jack is the one who gives you the key to the wiggly worm. Jack is the one who learns you how to whop your body. Jack is the one that can bring nations and nations of all jackals together under one house. You may be black, you may be white, you may be Jew or Gentile. It don't make a difference in our house. And this is fresh.
Father Ocean, hear my song. You're the wave I was made from. Take me back to where we once began. Ocean Father, I was wrong. Years I followed just the sun. Now I see your darkness holds the key. I close my eyes and I begin to see.
Hello, my name is Flo Richards and welcome to BPC Live Lounge. Today I will be talking with our artists about the music industry. Firstly, we will be talking with Alex. Alex is a lo-fi and hip-hop producer who is studying here at the college. He has recently started performing live with his new sequencer, which we will be seeing later. But firstly, I would like to have a chat with him. Hi, Alex.
What's up? What's going on?
Good to have you here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Good. Okay, so I'd like to start off by speaking about where your influences have come from.
Well, the main influences have come from, first of all, J Dilla, amazing producer, legendary. Another one would be Madlib for sure. And then another one would be MF Doom. I'm going for sort of that kind of 90s vibe style. So it's sort of like boom bap kind of style. Also, another one that has inspired me is a Japanese producer. He's called Nujabes. He's an inventor of lo-fi hip hop. He was one of the first people who do that sort of music. So yeah, that's kind of my inspirations.
Cool. So how long have you been making lo-fi and hip-hop music?
Well, I started back in March 2020. So I've almost done it a year now. I mean, I've been doing well, to be honest. I've been doing really well. I've gained up some. I've got some numbers up. I got some of my music into some quite popular YouTube videos that have over quarter of a million views for sure. Which has propelled me to just not also make more music, but also just reaching out to people.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So kind of when you started college, you got into making music, or were you making music before?
Well, the college is the main thing that pushed me onto making music. So thanks to this course, it's everything I kind of imagined it to be. So with music, it just pushed me to make my own music and release my own tracks.
Yeah, of course. Do you think studying a vocational course during COVID was challenging, or how did it change your views on making music?
Well, it was challenging for sure, but it hasn't really influenced my drive to learn more about music and make music myself. I mean, I can make music at home. I can make it in college. I have plenty of opportunity to do so.
Cool, I'm glad. Then I think for some people, obviously, it completely killed their motivation, and is that they sort of saw how important it was to be around people when trying to create music and collaborating with people. So it's good that you kind of carried on with that.
Yeah, different people also pushed me to release my own stuff. So surround yourself with good people, and they're going to push you to do great stuff.
Okay, so as an artist with the intention to eventually earn a living from music, how do you feel about streaming services and the way they currently pay musicians?
Well, overall, streaming services, especially for this and last year, started to grow much more artists because, well, people started to sit at home. There's much less live performances.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes sense since, well, COVID. Well, streaming services have seen a rise in usage, a big rise, which made a lot of artists much more popular as well. Because people sit at home, quarantined, bored, and what's the best entertainment they can access? Music. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but overall, the streaming services, I think they should pay the artists much more that they are right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's been a shift in with the recognition that streaming services don't pay artists as much as they probably should. I mean, realistically, without the music that the streaming services have no use.
Yeah, I mean,
they're nothing without that. So
before COVID came in, the artist's main income was from live performances and live shows.
Yeah.
And since there's no live shows anymore, there wasn't for a long period of time. artists start to look into streaming services and protesting against them.
Yeah, I mean, also with live streaming, it was good that became a lot more popular. I mean, have you ever done any live streams, or would you be interested in doing any live streams?
I haven't done any live streams myself yet, but I've been planning to. It's a great idea to do so. I've been planning to make live streams and grow my reach out to different people, different demographics.
Yeah, cool.
And such. So yeah.
Do you watch many?
I watch for example, Kenny Beats. Kenny Beats' live streams. There's also an artist called Spell, which also won a beat battle from Kenny Beats multiple times. Mm-hmm. So he's so good he got banned from it.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. I would say. But yeah, I watch some streams. I follow a lot of people on Instagram as well. Watch reels and stuff. I speak to them sometimes about making that sort of stuff, and I do get inspired by that. So it's a plan to do some streaming myself.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's what everyone turned to. Obviously, there was some really cool live streams during COVID and lockdown. So I think they'll carry on. Actually, I don't think that people will just use live shows and live performances.
I mean, it's become such a normal thing. It's become so normalized that it can become an everyday thing just to do a live stream instead of a live show, where a lot more things can go wrong than a live stream. Yeah,
it's good. I think the combination of the two, rather than them replacing each other, is good.
That would be sick. Yeah.
So yeah, you should maybe try that in the future.
That's the plan.
Especially now that you're using your new piece of equipment to play live.
Little calculator.
How are you enjoying that?
Oh, it's amazing. It's the best thing I ever invested in myself, to be honest. That piece of music thing, the calculator, it enables me to do live shows myself, like small gigs, or even just plug it into a interface and do a stream.
Yeah. And you're sampling different records and stuff to put parts on there, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm sampling a lot of jazz, blues, soul type of records. I recently got a turntable for myself, so I'll start to build up my vinyl collection. Through the vinyl collection, I can also sample and make my own music.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you enjoy listening to vinyl?
I enjoy listening to vinyl a lot since it's a physical thing. You look at music, you listen to music, it's just audio, right? But like you hold a vinyl in your hand, and it's like it's a physical thing. You can see the grooves. You can just it's physical music. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, I love vinyl. I collect vinyl too. It's really
I go into it nice.
A lot. It's a different thing as well when you're mixing it.
No, yeah, of course.
I mean, physically
scratching
handling a record
is
nice.
Well, it's physical music. You have much more attachment to it than just a file on your computer.
Yeah, I think for me as well, actually, it's more of like you can connect with the artist a little bit more, and the album and the artwork that comes with vinyl. Yeah. Which is a really great thing as well.
It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. If I ever get that big enough to make vinyls, I will of course make vinyls for people that want them.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming way more popular.
Yeah, old stuff is coming back.
Always.
Old school.
Always.
That's it.
So, Alex, how do you plan to promote yourself and build your profile as a musician after college?
Well, it's mostly social media, I would say. I promote myself on Discord on different servers that where I have my fans on. But social media overall, right now, the most I use is Instagram. But I plan on expanding to different social medias such as Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just to have more reach. But on Instagram, I need to start being more active. I need to start making more posts. I need to make some reels of me actually making some music. That would be really sick. And
I think we all say that, to be honest, that we need to utilise social media more than we do.
And just to promote ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the way forward now. It's kind of the times have changed. Have you ever looked into using TikTok? Obviously, you have a visual element and a audio element at the same time.
I did start looking into it to just make reels in tandem with TikToks themselves.
Yeah.
That could grow my music as well, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of artists and musicians are using TikTok to sort of promote their music, and and just show little snippets of like what's coming up. So that would be quite cool. I think it's good that you can also put video to it as well, and it's only like 15 seconds long, which is quite cool.
You can just put like small snippets of music just to tease people just before release or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm working on this, and just play a clip.
Yeah. Earlier you said that you use Discord to promote yourself. How do you do that on Discord? I'm not really familiar with Discord.
There's different servers to promote yourself, different artist servers, different content makers as well, which I watch, and I also divulge myself into the servers and speak to people there, speak to their fans, because they share the same interests as me. Why not?
Yeah.
There's servers where you can just send your own music or like what you're working on, and just people can give you feedback. And
so there's a chat section.
There's a chat,
I don't know
Discord
really.
is basically like a chat, like an online chat with different communities. I promote myself there, posting things I work on sometimes, getting some feedback, and also promoting myself when already song is released.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I'm not familiar with it, but it sounds good.
Yeah, through Discord, I also met a couple people that I started watching on YouTube. They grew quite quickly to about 250,000 subscribers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're called Night Ride. It's a YouTube channel about it's cars, mostly cars, tuning cars. It's just modifying cars, basically, drifting and stuff like that. I met them through there, sent them a couple of my songs, and they started using it, and it really has propelled me a lot. So that's where I got most of my popularity from.
Cool. So, Alex, do you have a stage name for yourself?
I do indeed. It's Frugu, spelled Frugu. The short story behind it is just there's a drink called Frugu, Frugo, which is one of my favorite drinks from Poland. So, short story behind my name. Yeah.
Cool. And what will we be seeing from Frugu today?
Oh, I've compiled some stuff I can show here, which is just some random stuff I've been working on. But I decided to compile it to this performance since I think it's pretty good to showcase myself.
Great. We're looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. It's been great to talk to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay. We look forward to seeing where you take your career in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Hello, so I would now like to introduce Reuben. Reuben is a music producer, musician, and he also records and mixes music for other artists. Hey Reuben.
Hello.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So what have you been up to recently?
I've been doing a lot of recording at college for different bands, like North Ode, which is like a rock band. I've been doing my own dance music and a bit of sort of pop music for other artists as well.
Cool.
Yes.
So you're mixing and recording a lot of different genres.
Yeah.
Would you say you prefer others? Prefer different ones?
I like doing pop and dance music mostly.
Okay. So do you feel like when you're producing music, you're always taking the sort of pop and dance music and putting that onto even genres like rock, or would you say that you stick to
That's something I've been trying to do when I'm mixing, to try and incorporate some of the techniques I use doing dance into rock sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite good to sort of create your sound as a producer, because there are obviously some producers that are known for their sound.
There are some that are more aggressive and some that are more kind of laid back.
So, Reuben, you talked about producing your own music.
Yeah.
How do you promote yourself? How do you sort of get your name out there?
Well, I use Instagram, my website, and YouTube mostly. I make little like teaser videos usually on YouTube.
Cool.
Before releases and music videos. YouTube is actually something I want to do more of. I want to do more of more things about me, maybe stuff like behind the scene sort of things. Instagram is more like really short videos of me like mixing tracks, producing tracks, just really short snippets of behind the scenes of what I do, photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. My website that has a lot of like my portfolio of all the stuff I've done, but that's kind of secondary to my Instagram.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, to be fair, Instagram is the main one.
Yeah.
That everyone uses. Everyone has Instagram. All the
Exactly.
artists use it.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that that's sort of your main platform. You are one of many that is now recording, producing and promoting yourself without using record labels or less support from other people. Do you think artists are becoming more self-sufficient?
Definitely. I mean, nowadays with the technology we have, there are a lot more artists in general. And because, I mean, we've all got phones that have cameras on, we can all record our own videos. I mean, recording music has become way more accessible, way cheaper, way easier. I mean, there are so many more like home studio producers. I mean, I've like recorded all my music in my bedroom, even the vocals I've done for pop music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that wouldn't have happened a while ago because you'd have to book out a studio. Yeah, I mean, promotion. Everyone's got a great camera in their pocket. Great. I mean, like, you don't have to print out massive posters.
No.
And print out like billboards and
exactly.
stuff. It's all on Instagram now. So I think there are a lot more self-sufficient artists nowadays.
I think the fact that you can just post on the go is definitely
exactly, and I think it builds a kind of a more intimate relationship with the fans as well.
Me too. Yeah, I would definitely say artists are becoming more self-sufficient. I mean, record labels they've still got their big artists.
Yeah. I don't think they're going anywhere.
No.
Soon.
I mean, a lot of the independent labels have been sort of bought by the bigger labels,
Yeah, right.
and can't really find their place in the industry anymore. But yeah, I think people are just doing their thing and actually saving money almost by just
exactly
being able to promote yourself and be an artist without having any support.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, totally.
So now I'd like to introduce Harvey Forward. Harvey is a sound and studio engineer who also enjoys working on music and sound for film. I would like to chat to him today about stage and studio setups and what interests him the most about MSMI. Okay, so hi Harvey, how
Hi.
are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, thank you. So what led you to studying music technology?
I first got interested kind of with music through games was particularly where my interest developed, because there's a wide variety of games that use music as a mechanic or like a pivotal way of them advertising the game. And it's been really nice to see how they develop that music through the course and through music technology, because I can then refer and understand how the developers of those games had the thoughts of developing those music, and being able to understand why the music created and for what reason.
Yeah, do you feel like it sort of changed your views on, I don't know, the way that film music is made, or like made you look at it in a different way?
Yeah, because I didn't really get into depth into music properly, and through music technology I've been able to understand music properly, and watching movies is completely different now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's easier to be able to pick up on the nuances that you normally wouldn't, like the subtle, let's say, bass line that's like undermining like a pivotal moment, or a horror moment is about to occur where there's some interesting sound going on. So yeah, it's been really nice to understand music a lot more.
Yeah, good. Do you have sort of like favourite topics that you have had during this course?
Yeah, I would say I've particularly enjoyed the MSMI, the live, being in a live room with the band and working with the equipment has been particularly a nice point in my experience. And yeah, and also the functions of music in movies was really particularly interesting.
Yeah, cool. Do you sort of see yourself going into that career?
Yeah, I would particularly say that I'm interested enough to foresee myself doing it as a job, really.
The game or the film, which sort of side do you, or both, do you see yourself doing?
I would say both for now. There's not really a point where I've gone, I really want to do either, really. I'm probably going to go down the media route until a point where I decide on which one I want to go down, either because like one job is available and the other one isn't, really.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to study after college, or are you going to go straight into the workplace? What do you think you'll do?
Yeah, I would say I'm planning to go to study at uni
Yeah.
at the moment, just continue with the course, really, with music technology, and kind of develop my skills further. And then from then I'll probably go down a specific route with my skills so I can properly get into the job I want to get.
So, what do you enjoy the most about studio sessions, working with bands, creating tracks, recording tracks?
Well, I particularly enjoy working in the studios with managing the cables, to be honest, and it's very nice to be able to work out and keep everything organized, and the being able to mix the recordings afterwards is a very nice passion of mine, because it's nice to be able to turn something that sounds already pretty nice to something that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
If you use the right plugins and effects to be able to just turn that into something even greater, really.
Very interesting, Harvey.
So, have you worked much on live sound, live events? Is that something that you enjoy?
Yeah, I did a live event in 60 Million Postcards in Bournemouth, which was very enjoyable. And I had a really nice time with it, because I was in charge of keeping the cables managed and taping them down to make sure that none of the artists trip over them and there's no really hazards about because of the cables. And at one point, because we went there for the day and got everything set up, the kit on the drum started to bounce when the drum was hitting it, and I had to tape it down to the floor to make sure that it didn't rise up.
Oh, right. Have you been to many live events or live gigs? Because I think that probably would you would see sort of, you would understand now like the sound and the how it all works.
I would say I haven't been to any of them in person. I've definitely seen them on TV before.
Yeah.
But I've never been to any concerts or gigs or festivals.
Yeah,
before.
would you like to? Would you like to go and see how it all works, or maybe work on it eventually?
Yeah, it would be nice to maybe, now that I know what happens behind the scenes, see it from the frontal point of view, and or maybe just work behind the scenes of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to work on
It'd
it.
be very nice.
Cool.
To be honest, I like, as I said before, I started the course literally because I was interested in games and I was interested in making game music, and then I start the course, and then the amount of like analog stuff we've done is crazy. Like, to be honest, and it's basically made me go like, okay, I'm really enjoying this. I'm probably gonna look into doing kind of more of this, or looking into maybe doing more media side, like media design rather than creation.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy and really like to learn how to do proper vocals, because I have a background in singing, because I went to a pretty religious primary school where obviously we had a choir, and during one of them I had to sing with, I think it was around 200 other people in the Albert Hall, which was an experience that I'm gonna keep with me for the rest of my life, because it was definitely weird and interesting to see that many people singing all at once, because there wasn't an audience either. It was just everyone there was singing, which was interesting. And yeah, and it was very nice. And being able to learn how to sing properly has always been a little point of interest in my life.
Yeah,
because
you should do it.
I've always liked voices over, because obviously the instruments are very nice, but the vocals can really add intent behind them, because obviously you can add words, and words can have many meanings depending on how they're pronounced and insinuated, which give a variety of emotions, and depending on how fast tempoed and low tempoed it is, it can be depicting a specific emotion in particular, and it's very nice.
I like how deeply you're looking into it. It's all about vocal warm-ups, darling. Well, Harvey, it's been lovely to speak to you. I'm really looking forward to see where you go in the future. Thank you for today.
No problem. I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you for your time.
Good. now we have Andy. Andy is an indie singer-songwriter who mainly plays piano and sings, and he is also studying here at the college. Hi Andy, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's good to have you here.
Thank you, it's good to be here.
So, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been trying to write some songs, piece some stuff together, all the normal stuff.
Okay, cool. When you're covering a song, what angle do you prefer to look at it with? Do you prefer putting your own take on the song, or do you enjoy staying faithful to the original?
I think that as far as twisting the genre goes, I usually like to keep it to the same genre, but if it's me performing it with piano and vocals, sometimes I'll go for a slightly more soul-y type thing.
Yeah, nice.
Just because it just fits those instruments well. But every now and then I'll change the chords a little bit. I'll add a little extension, like a 7 or something.
Yeah. Do you prefer doing covers or writing your own music?
Oh, I much prefer writing my own music.
Yeah.
There's just so much to do. Yeah.
Have you always written music?
Oh, I started writing music when I was about 14, and I started on guitar, but then I moved to piano.
Oh, so do you still play guitar then?
A little bit, not too well, but yeah, a little bit.
Okay. What do you prefer?
Piano, definitely. I love the way it's all just laid out so nicely for you. You can just see everything you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I
Big
like
fan.
that. Okay, so in your opinion, how do you think musicians keep a balance between having a dedicated fan base and experimenting with their music through changing their sound and style?
I think that a lot of musicians are very recognised for a certain genre, and I think if you can tell that that's what your audience is into and that's what they're demanding, you should probably stick to that. But if you do want to, I guess if they want to expand their style and change stuff around, they should probably just do a mixture. Maybe if they release an album, they have most of the songs in the same style, and then a couple songs out of the genre.
Yeah, I used to be into a rock band called Bring Me the Horizon. You probably know, yeah.
I've heard of it.
So they were obviously in the beginning screamo, heavy metal, hardcore, and then they sort of recently became a bit more pop and commercial, and I don't really think their fans were that into it. They lost a lot of fans. I saw it on social media and stuff that people weren't really into it, and now at the Brits they've just done a collaboration with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
So I don't know how that's gonna go down well with their fans. It's quite commercialized.
Yeah, it is quite commercialized, yeah. I guess if they were moving to a different genre, one a bit more I don't know, more of an acquired taste, they would probably, their audience would probably see that as, a thing they're actually doing out of passion. But I think moving to a more poppy style does kind of feel like a bit of a commercialized move.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know. I think it's kind of, the whole pop rock thing is quite cool, actually. But... you have to be careful with it. Some of it can sound sort of
There is definitely a balance to be found. Absolutely.
Okay, so when you're writing songs, do you have a certain structure or a method, and how do you do it?
A lot of the times it's quite a chaotic process. I'll just get little ideas and snippets, and then I'll get more and more and slowly just piece them together into a song. Or sometimes I'll have a good sounding idea, then I need to just keep working at it to develop it and kind of make it into a structured song. But a lot of my songs aren't very structured at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they change sections a lot, and sometimes there's not a very clear chorus, which I don't know if it's good or not, but I just quite like the sound of it, and just I like being able to do what I want to do.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question was, do you think that when you write music, do you think that you think about the audience, or just how you like to do it?
I think that when I get the original idea, just a snippet of an idea, that's just completely my brain just doing what it wants to do. But then when I have to develop it, I do have to make it sound listenable.
Yeah.
But there is also the part in me that wants to make it listenable. I don't think I'd enjoy making a completely like scrambled like mess of a
course.
song. Yeah.
Do you think that since being at college, your sort of view on music has changed, or your opinions, or the way you look at music, I guess, has changed or broadened, maybe?
Yeah. I think that before I came to college, I would kind of just like sit at the piano for hours, just kind of like obsessing over complexity and just making like chord progressions and harmonies really complex. And I think when I came to college, I heard like so many bands doing really well, and I realized that having a really complex, like interesting sound isn't always the best, because sometimes it's quite hard to like keep track of where a song is going. And I think it helped me just like know how to develop like normal sounding like progressions that like just like move quite well and like quite logically.
Yeah,
definitely.
So actually it's more simple than you thought it was, basically.
You have to have a simpler mind frame to make a more listenable song, in my opinion.
I think lyrics are just like fascinating, how people write lyrics. You're quite good at writing lyrics.
I don't think so
at all.
You I really struggle with it. Really? Yeah.
You don't seem like you do.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that. Sometimes I'll just get like a sudden burst of like inspiration and something will just hit me.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh my God. And then I'll have a full song. But like most of the time I just sit there trying to write lyrics like what?
Yeah, I'm sure most artists would say the same, to be honest. Sometimes that it just comes, and then the other times.
I mean, Elton John couldn't write lyrics, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I guess there's that, yeah. He's pretty successful.
Yeah, he is.
Just gets his mate to do it, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's people that obviously just write as their career, right?
Yeah.
So, do you eventually see yourself earning a living from making music, or where do you see yourself taking your career after college?
Well, hopefully I'll earn a living from it. I'm gonna like get a job to like fund myself on the side.
Yeah, of course.
But I think I've got quite a big repertoire of songs just like in my head or on my like voice memos.
Yeah.
It's really helpful to record voice memos of like song ideas before you forget them all. And I think once I have the resources to fully produce those songs and also just the effort levels, then I think I'll get quite a big collection of songs.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's all it's about, really. And also creating a sound, like so people recognise you for your sound rather than it being like...
find an audience,
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Do you see yourself gigging, or is that...
Oh, yeah, definitely,
Do you already do that?
Not outside of college, but I definitely should. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about going to like open mic nights and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe over summer you could.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah, good. Do you promote yourself on any social media platforms, or?
I don't. I used to upload like a few songs to SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And I just used to like record it with my phone, just like the piano and me singing over it. And they didn't sound very good. But yeah, I mean the songs sounded good, but the production, because it was just recorded off the phone. Yeah, but I think there is something nice about that very raw sound.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I think now I'm just like a bit of a perfectionist. I just want to get a song like fully produced before I send it out to the world.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you see yourself going further as a solo artist, or would you prefer to work in a band?
I think that definitely the experiences I've had in a band have been a bit chaotic. Sometimes it's difficult because everyone has so many different ideas. You can't just be like a hive mind and just all think the exact same. And it can be quite annoying when like you've just got so many different things coming from all different directions. It's hard to like keep track of it. But I think that's led to like a lot of a lack of a distinct genre. But I think that working solo is like so great, at least for me. Everyone's different, but I think that working solo just completely gives me the freedom to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And as like a singer-songwriter, that's like pretty much perfect. Because I've noticed that if I've written a song and like brought it to a band, it sounds good, but the idea often gets diluted because I have to, you know, like everyone has to think of parts to fill out the song, which was originally just like a piano and vocals.
Yeah, of course.
So it's very difficult. I think it's quite a hard thing to perfect, but if you're like being solo, you can just like know what you want and just do it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Would you ever be interested in like being a session musician or working for other people, helping other people and to
absolutely
create a track or something?
Yeah.
On a one-off, I don't know.
Definitely, yeah. It's like if a mate had a song that he needed a piano on or something, then I'd be happy to like fill in for keys or like vocals. But I think that in terms of professionally, I'm not sure I'm like at the level.
Yeah, obviously it is quite I mean, just to be able to turn up and
and like read all the scores and
straight
everything.
away is like pretty challenging.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But it's quite good to sort of do different bits, I think.
Yeah.
Do you like working across different genres or sticking to
I think that's like, in terms of being a musician, I think that's one of the most important things.
Yeah.
And also in terms of getting your distinct sound. Because I notice when I play and like improvise or when I write songs, it's kind of like I like take elements from every genre and kind of just mix them into what sounds good to me, which I think is really important.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of today's show, what will you be performing?
Today I'm going to be performing a song called I Saw the Light by Todd Rundgren, and then Same Drugs by Chance the Rapper, and Come Back to Earth by Mac Miller, and then an original.
Cool.
And the Todd Rundgren one. Todd Rundgren is like a prog rock musician, but he does a lot of like different genres, kind of like with like soul-y elements.
Yeah.
And he just makes some like really groovy stuff,
Nice.
and I love it. Same Drugs by Chance the Rapper is like a 5-year-old song.
Why?
Like 5 years old.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant a
I worded that
5-year-old
very
song.
weirdly. And it's a song that I used to like a lot, and I think it just like just takes me back to a different time.
Cool.
And it's just like nice to reminisce.
Mm-hmm.
The Mac Miller one is kind of different from his usual style. It's not like rappy, it's like it's kind of like soul, I suppose. And quite ambient, yeah.
Nice. And the original?
The original is one I made about a year ago. And it was one of my favourites for a while. That's kind of like, I don't know, it's like kind of like R&B-ish and kind of slightly jazzy in a few ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it. I'm sure
Thank
everyone
you.
else is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to performing it.
Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you. Cheers.
My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. And I got neighbors and more like strangers, we could be friends. I just need a way out of my head. I'll do anything for a way out of my head. And in my own way, this feel like living some alternate reality. And I was drowning, now I'm swimming through stressful waters to relieve. And all the things I do to spend a little time in hell.
probably wouldn't even tell myself. And don't you know that sunshine don't feel right when you're inside all day? I wish it was nice out, but it looked like rain. Grey skies, I'm drifting, not living forever. They told me it only gets better. My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. And I got neighbors and more like strangers, we could be friends. I just need a way out of my head. I'll do anything for a way out of my head. Thank you. Drugs no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. 'Cause she don't laugh the same way no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. One day you've aged, one day you've changed. I thought you'd never grow up, I thought you'd never. Window closed when you got old. I was too late, a shadow of what I once was. 'Cause we don't do the same drugs no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. 'Cause she don't laugh the same way no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. Where did you go? Why would you stay? You must have lost your marbles. You always were so forgetful. In a hurry, don't wait up. I was too late, a shadow of what I once was. 'Cause we don't do what we say we're gonna. You were always perfect, I was only practice. Don't you miss the days, stranger? Don't you miss the days? Don't you miss the danger? 'Cause we don't do the same drugs no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. 'Cause she don't do the same drugs no more. We don't do the same drugs, do the same drugs no more. Don't forget the happy thoughts. All you need is happy thoughts. The past tense, past bedtime. Way back then when everything we read was real and everything we said rhymed. Wide-eyed kids being kids, when did you stop? What did you do to your hair? What did you do to end up right back here? When did you start to forget how to fly? Don't you color out, don't you bleed on out. Stay in the line, stay in the line. Thank you. Okay, I'll do my next one now. say you love me, but is it true? But is it true? You say you'll see me, but never do. You never do. I feel that if I give the love you need, you will throw it back in my face. Can you just make it clear the things you want? So you put me back in my place. Oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. You seem to give me just what I need, just what I need. But maybe I'm wrong in what I see, in what I see. I feel that if I give the love you need, you will throw it back in my face. Can you just make it clear the things you want? So you put me back in my place. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. I'd rather see nobody else if it weren't you right by my side. And I don't wanna spend those sleepless nights with you in my mind. I hope you'll be fine. Oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. Thank you for listening. Cheers.
Okay, so now we have Taylor Smithers. Taylor is a sound engineer and self-producing artist. Hi Taylor, lovely to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not bad.
Good. Okay, so what do you enjoy focusing most on in music tech?
Obviously we do quite a few things here. So we do lots of recording. I do like that. It's nice to work with the bands and, you know, get stuff ready for them to be able to promote themselves.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of work involved in that. And especially I do like the composing music side of things as well. So obviously there's you got the sound engineer side, but I also like doing the, you know, sound for film, just making my own music. That
Yeah,
sort of
so
thing.
you are a producer and
indeed.
you do release your own music.
Yeah.
What's your title?
So at the moment it's Blue Flame without the E, because I want to get rid of that because I'm so edgy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's Blue because my middle name is Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do that, and it's also my favourite colour. I'm not actually wearing any blue today, but we got blue sofas. So
Yeah, we do.
but yeah, like and then Flame because that's cool, isn't it? Well, I couldn't think of anything else. I just kind of came up with it because I just wanted to get my music out there. But it's not going to stay like Blue Flame forever. I want to do a rebrand because at the moment all I produce is like electronic music, dubstep, mixed with rock, orchestral, retro music. But it's not. I don't want to always do that, and I feel like under that alias I've kind of had. It's just that people see that brand and just like expect dubstep, and I don't want to always do dubstep as much as I love it. So have you
experimented with different genres before? Have you always sort of like stuck to the same thing?
Yeah. So with my more recent tracks, I've kind of dabbled on orchestral compositions.
Yeah.
There's an EP I did back. What year is it? 2022. 2020.
Yes.
Actually, Christ, that's a long time ago. I did a pirate themed EP, and the first song was called Escapade, and that was quite like a swingy sort of rocky track with like electronic elements. But then later at the end of the EP, spoiler alert, there's a shorter song called Lost at Sea. It's like an outro.
Yeah.
It's like an orchestral version of the first song. So I did a different composition and everything using the same melody and elements and that sort of thing. And that's like probably the best attempt I've had at orchestral sort of composition. But I would like to dabble on it more. I'd like to do more.
So you're looking to sort of cross genres?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in cross genres. I absolutely love it when, you know, multiple things are mixed in one. Like some artists I take inspiration from. There's one in particular called MDK.
Yeah.
And he mixes dubstep with retro game music, with orchestral. He works with his brother sometimes for the orchestral stuff. Rock, and he infuses it all into one big thing. It's just like, it's insane, and it's really he's an inspiration because he's like in our sort of age range.
Yeah.
And he's really made it big through doing games for music for video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I love that as well. I think like the sort of opera and hip hop is like so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it?
All of these different things are becoming way more popular though, and I think people are just a bit more sort of. You can't really go wrong now.
Yeah.
Like with music, it's literally everything's been done, so it's just like you're sort of putting your own spin on it, and like you can't really go that wrong. You're just doing whatever because anything goes.
Music's I mean, it is kind of about expressing yourself, isn't it? And it's about if you're making music, I feel like what you're producing is a reflection of what you've come to know your whole life.
Yeah.
Like I've listened to music my whole life.
Yeah.
My dad got me into rock and like heavy metal, that sort of thing, and I still listen to that now.
Yeah.
But I also listen to a lot of electronic music, and there's a lot of similarities between the two genres. And what's amazing is lots of artists are putting these two things together. Like the heavier sort of dubstep is actually heavily inspired by metal. Some of it, from what I've heard. And that's the sort of stuff that kind of rings with me. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because it's got a similar sort of vibe to it. So yeah, I mean it's amazing. Like two completely opposite genres could mix and create something beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
Are you currently promoting yourself on anything? What sort of like do you put your music on different platforms, or is it just like strictly one?
So when if I release something, I haven't released anything in quite a while, but what I usually do is I will release it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll create a visualizer in like Adobe After Effects, that sort of thing. Put it on YouTube, so there's like a visual element to it.
Yeah.
With the artwork that I created for it. But alongside that, I will also upload whatever I do for the album art. Upload it to Spotify. DistroKid, and then that'll upload it to Spotify and that sort of thing. So I like getting my music out there because I don't know, it builds up a portfolio.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, but you got any music out? And I'll be like, yeah, go check it out on my Spotify. Like it'll be it's just so easy, and it's not just Spotify. Obviously, it's everything else. Amazon Music, Google Play, that sort of thing.
Okay, cool. So Taylor, you seem like the sort of artist that's covering composition, production, promotion, everything, rather than, I don't know, say employing someone else to help you record, mix.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that maybe college has helped you do that, or do you think that sort of like different, how have you sort of come up with the skills to be able to cover all of those different things?
So, I mean, I am independent. I do pretty much everything myself. I mean, the main reasoning is because I don't really have the money to pay other people.
Yeah.
I completely appreciate there's so many artists out there. There's so many graphic designers, musicians, that sort of thing, that I could obviously, involve myself with in projects and stuff. But the problem I've got is, money. And until I actually get out there and start making money doing stuff, then I'm not going to be able to pay other people. But, college has definitely helped in terms of like promotion and developing myself as an artist, because they just, we've learned quite a bit about promotion. I still need to learn a lot more because I'm still terrible at promoting. But of course, as I said earlier, I've got a rebrand coming up. I don't want to be Blue Flame anymore. I want to be something that kind of represents me as an individual. I mean, you wouldn't play a game and at the end there'll be a credit saying Blue Flame. That just looks a bit... there's probably 7 or 8 rappers over in US that have that same name, because it sounds cool, but unfortunately too cool that other people are using it. So I've wanted to do something like Taylor Blue Studios, and I've worked on graphics for it, everything like that, and using my time here at college, I've kind of developed an idea of how to do the rebrand as well.
Well, I think a lot of artists actually are just sort of, the facilities are there. You're able to just upload a post almost on the go, and you can do all of those things without having to be signed to a record label or have the support behind you. So I think more people are almost catching on to that and learning themselves how to do certain things, even if they're not really that confident in the beginning. So what are your future aspirations then, really?
Got quite a few, because there's lots of different paths I can go down. I've got lots of skills now regarding recording. It'd be really nice to have my own studio in the future, and bring bands in, musicians, record their stuff, but also work with them as well. That'd be really cool. But that's obviously money permitting. That's gonna be a big challenge. But in the lead up to that, I would like to work on live sound, doing gigs, teching for that sort of thing, helping stage set up and all of that. Got a few connections already. I've got a couple of friends who are already in the business, so I'm going to see if I can shadow them and try and, work my way in.
Yeah, of course.
So that'd be really cool if I can get into that. I mean, until then, I am going to get back into full-time, build up some funds so I can continue funding my music career. But obviously on the side of all of that, as soon as I'm done with college, get back into producing music, experimenting with new sound, and obviously doing the rebrand and making that all public. It's a big change to undergo, but I'm going to heavily focus on that very soon. So keep an eye out for Taylor Blue Studios.
We will. It sounds like you've got it all sort of planned out. Whether you don't really know exactly what path yet, but it's good. It's good to try different things.
Well, that's the amazing thing with the music industry. There's so many different paths you can take. You're not tied down to one specific thing. I want, there's so many things I can do. I'm a drummer as well.
Cool.
So, and I'm in a band. I should have mentioned that earlier.
Probably, yeah.
Day of the Red Sun, we are called. But that seems to be picking up as well, which is nice.
Nice.
But there's so many, as I say, there's different avenues. And as a musician, composer, producer, live sound engineer, studio engineer, everything. There's so many different paths you can take. And exciting.
Very, and also being all of them at the same time, whether it's sometimes overwhelming, but I think it's quite nice to be doing different things as well alongside each other. You don't necessarily need to just be a sound engineer. You can also be an artist as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Exciting for you.
Wicked. it's going to take some time, but I'll get there.
Good.
Hopefully.
Well, Taylor, it's been lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
We'll look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you.
Take a seat back in your clamshell. If the ocean's not enough, nor am I. Rolling in, I feel a dark swell crawling up the skin of my spine. If I'd known you sort on, maybe I'd have let you waste another guy. Well, alrighty, Aphrodite, go with that red for others. Run your morning bath in sea foam. Soak your milky skin in the tide. Little pearl, you think you're in gold, but I can see the dirt in your eyes. If I'd known you sort on, maybe I'd have let you waste another guy. Well, alrighty, Aphrodite, go with that red for others. If I'd known you sort of, maybe I'd have let you waste another guy. Well, alrighty, Aphrodite, go with that red for others. I remember when I lost my mind. There's something so familiar about this place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, you're always out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope that you are having the time little. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence how come. And I can die when I'm there. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Probably. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Got 'em up and all over town. Strictly biz, don't play around. Cover much ground. Cut game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte. Each and every day to play away. I can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side. Pushing fat rides, causing no surprise. She got chips in the stash, stacking up cash fast when it comes to the cash. By no means average, as long as she's got to have it. Oh, maybe you're a perfect 10. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the mile. Oh, baby never acts wild. She very low key on the profile. Catching feelings isn't low. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Love is a curse, so fuck about you. I'm singing, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. 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 I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, Thank